This is the UN Security Council Resolution 1325. I'm here today as the President of the United Nations Association of the National Capital Area, and I've been very involved in a civil society working group to help our government write an effective national action plan. This is, the Security Council passed this unanimously 11 years ago. Much of the time since then, the administration didn't pay much attention to this. But the current administration, Hillary Clinton announced a year ago that the U.S. government was going to finally get around to writing a national action plan. This was passed unanimously, as I said, by the Security Council. It's on women, peace, and security. And it was brought to the attention of the Security Council that women rarely, if ever, are involved in the negotiations for peace. They're not involved in the post-conflict negotiations. And as long as there's been history, and up until today, rape has been a tool of war, a weapon of war. And so women are affected by war differently, women and girls. And there is evidence that when women are involved in peace negotiations, there's a better peace. Few in this room would be surprised. Susan kindly circulated a draft of what the civil society working group was preparing and has already shared with the U.S. government. They like lots of it. The U.S. government is just being coordinated by Samantha Power out of the National Security Council, and the work over the last year has been primarily with the Department of State, USAID, Department of Defense, but now the other agencies are involved. There's talk that they might actually release their national action plan this year, but we're running out of year, so who knows. It may more likely be March, which is a month to do this kind of thing. The Civil Society Working Group has been working on this through the U.S. Institute of Peace and holding meetings over there in that beautiful new building. When Susan circulated it, we were asking if you wanted your organization to sign on to this civil society draft, there's still a little bit of time. And I went to the working group saying that I was going to be meeting with you, and there's still a little bit of time. On December 7th, however, there's going to be a public forum that the Civil Society Working Group is sponsoring to announce this information. These will be printed up beautifully. I printed these on my little home printer, and so I didn't print very many. But it's easy to get your very own copy of this if you let me know that you want one, and I can email it to you, or maybe Susan could circulate it again. And I think we have another week that you could go to your organizations and see if you'd like to sign on. On the back side of it, you'll see, I had a few copies, so if we can just let them wander around the room, you can see that many organizations have signed on. It would be awesome if we could double that list by the time we make our statement public. Thank you. Oh, and while I have your attention, the United Nations Association every December hosts sponsors a human rights luncheon, and this year we're honoring Zainab Salbi as the founder of Women for Women International, and so there's information about that as well if people would like to participate. Sorry, that may have been against the rules. That's all.